Hey, we're talking about the Magi, and we're using their story to help strengthen our story and our understanding of and our pursuit of Jesus, strengthening our faith to know God more. I love the progression that we see in the story of the Magi. We're going to see kind of a building and really a climax, I think, to what faith does. Whenever I'm wise, I'm willing to respond to truth. And I know that there's a God. I want to seek him. That's what these guys did. They were seeking, they invested their time to seek after God. Julian of Norwich was a beautiful sister from the 14th century. She literally, so think about the 14th century. English is the language of England, and she is an English speaker. She's not an educated woman. She didn't know the high language of Latin. That was kind of where the elite would know, and the scriptures were written in. But she pursued God, sought after God, and did some beautiful writings. And her writings were put into a book. And it was the first book ever written by a woman in the English language. That's kind of a notable thing. Julian of Norwich, check her out. She said that about God, she said, God wishes to be seen. He wishes to be sought. Someone that would seek after him. He wishes to be known, expected, and wishes to be trusted. God wants us to seek and find. That's why Jesus said it. Ask, I'll be given. Seek, and you'll find. Why? Because God wants to be sought. He wants to be found. So these wise men, these Magi, first invested their time to seek after God. Second thing, they're asked their questions to get closer to God. Think about it. In chapter 2 of Matthew, verse 2 through 9, is kind of the story of the Magi being in pursuit of God. And it says that they came seeking the King of the Jews. They came to Jerusalem seeking the King of the Jews. There they met King Herod the Great, a scoundrel of a man, a scoundrel of a person. And it says that they came and they asked, where is the one who's to be born King of the Jews? And now when Herod, it says in verse 3, heard about that, he called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law and asked them, where is the Messiah to be born? They came back and said, yeah, in Bethlehem. That's where. They quote the prophet and they tell him about that. Now notice, the Magi are asking questions, and so is Herod. But there's a big difference. Some people ask questions for just more information. Others ask questions for formation or transformation. Big difference. The Magi were asking their questions to get closer to God. The Magi were willing to travel a long distance for this pursuit. King Herod and even the religious teachers of the law, they weren't willing to go a short distance for their answers. They knew the answer, but they didn't want to meet the king. Do you know how far Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, is from Jerusalem, the place the Magi came and questioned Herod? 5 miles. Yep, 5 miles. A short walk, they could have witnessed and experienced the birth of the King of Kings, the King of the Jews, King Jesus. But nope, they didn't. Why? Because they're not very wise. Because they were asking questions for information, not for transformation. When you and I ask questions for transformation, it shows that our faith is growing. And I want to encourage you, on our church app, right, when you open your app and you see your little badges there, I think it's the 3rd badge over. I think you've got attendance. So that's a great way to seek God. You've got to hit that little question in person or live or online. You've got to hit that little button 4 times for your light to go on. That just shows that. What does that show? Well, it doesn't show you that you're a once and done. Hey, I went to church once. I watched online once. And no, you're seeking, you're pursuing, you're moving. The 3rd one over is all about small groups. It's all about a collection of people. You know, one of the things that I love about small groups, it's a place where you can ask your questions. There's no dumb question. Ask away. I love my group. I've got a group of wonderful guys that meet online, and every week there are questions. And why are they asking those questions? Well, I believe when these guys are seeking after God, they're there week after week. They do some homework. They come with it done. They come with some questions, and they ask those questions. And they're wise for doing so. Why? Because when we ask good questions for a deeper relationship, so I can be closer to Jesus, it's going to build my faith. Where are you asking your questions? Where are you having your questions answered? I would love to see you in a small group in the year to come. Now's not a time where probably groups are meeting right now in the holidays, but in January, things fire back up. And so right now is the time. You can go on the church app and you can request information about any one of our groups, and that group leader will send information to you. Maybe the Lord's tugging on your heart, and what he's revealed is you should be leading a group. You should be helping others to ask questions because you're not a newbie. You've been doing this for a while. Then can I challenge you? Would you also connect that little leadership badge, which is the second to last badge? Would you connect that, hit that button and just say, I'm ready to lead. I'm ready to start giving back. Both will dramatically affect your faith. If you want to get stalled in your faith, then don't do anything. Just don't do anything. But that's not faith, because faith is willing to be active, not passive. It's being engaged, not disengaged. Can I encourage you? Where can you engage more? Group participation, or maybe even in leadership, or maybe just simply attending regularly. Light your badge. Step into that space, lean into that space. I want to help you. We want to help you. Why? Because there's so much faith that can be increased. There's so much more strengthening that could happen if we would lean in and not lean out. Merry Christmas. I'll see you this week. Bye-bye.